Welcome, my dear students. Welcome back. This is your teacher, Dr. Osama Kashwa, and this is another video today about the project management, and we will talk actually about the project management cycle. We'll go directly to the project management cycle, and let me share the screen itself. And the start itself, let us share the screen. Then we move now. I think the screen is shown up. I think everybody can see the screen. And our core is the project life cycle or the project cycle, project management cycle. It's also very close to the product life cycle, very, very similar and very close to it. Like the stages end with closing, there the stage end with down. Anyhow, we'll go now for one by one of them. The four phases of project management cycle. And the word cycle means it's turning over. The word cycle means it start and end. Then it renew itself and start and end. Then it renew itself and start and end, and so on. So we'll understand what do we mean by the word project life cycle. The first stage in the product life cycle is planning. Planning. It is the most important phase of project management. Why? Because we said planning. Failing to plan is planning to fail. If you didn't plan well for your work, then all upcoming and all consequence results will be negative. Planning is the start and the end of every activity. Planning is the concrete of the ground floor, the basic and the construction of all the ground floor, which will carry all the buildings. Once the planning is right, then everything comes right. Because you organize what you're planning, you lead what you're planning, you control what you're planning. So in all the cases, planning is the basic and the most important function of the managerial functions. What are the managerial functions? They are four: planning, organizing, leading, and controlling. They are the four managerial functions, and they are interrelated, so we cannot separate between them and each other. And at the same time, once the plan is right, then we will organize right what we plan, then we will lead right what we plan, and then we will control right what we plan. So planning is the most important activity in all the other activities. Though all of them are important, but planning is more important because all the activities and the functions of the management depend on the planning. So like this, it is the most important phase of project management, not only project management, in any business management. Project management is one of the types of business management. So yes, so it is very important there as well. It is known as the art of converting a set of objectives into desired actions and results. Yes, so what is planning? The art of converting a set of objectives. Just I have some objectives. I didn't, it only word like I wish to do. Changing the situation from I wish to do into real act, into verbs, from wishes to verbs. So I'm not I wish, no, I'm moving into act. Planning means, in very simple words, where I am, where I want to go, how I will go there. So planning, in simple words, where I am, where I want to go, how I will go to my destination. This is planning in simple. Failing to plan is planning to fail. So if you didn't do plan, you cannot imagine any work without plan. Every one of us, every day, practice planning. From the time we wake up from sleeping till we sleep. Without planning, we are like animals because we don't have a target, we don't have a destination, we don't have object in that case. Exactly will be like the animals. Like the animals, exactly. Animals do not plan, but we plan. Even though animals plan as well, they have plans for when they generate, they have plans when they build their nests, they have plans when they go for targeting their prey, they have plans also. Plans is taking decision regarding the future, taking a decision regarding the future based on information about the past. And you take these decisions right now. So planning is something regarding predicting the future, how the future will be, how the future will looks like. Being the initial phase, it is laid foundation of the successive project step. And that's what we said before. Planning is the most important step in all the other steps. So here I will stop now and put my first question. Then after this, we'll go to watch a video about planning, a small definition video about the importance of planning. So let us see the video first, then go for the question. So we'll have a video about the meaning of planning. So let's say here planning. We'll see a video about planning, planning meaning. We'll see a video about planning. What do we mean by planning? What do we mean by planning? We need a small one. We don't want a very long video. Okay, here we go. I believe this one is nice. I will also comment to the video. So I will stop the video and comment from a time to time, please. Okay.
हेलो गाइस, वेलकम टू कॉलेज शूटर। आज हम लोग कंटिन्यू करेंगे अपने
Hi everyone, I hope you all are doing well and welcome back to my channel Key Differences. I am Surbi and today I am going to discuss the meaning and concept of planning in detail. So friends, without further ado, let's move on right into our video. To understand the term planning, let us first learn the meaning of plan. Plan is a framework as regards the list of steps to be followed with a proper timing, sequence, and resources to be used so as to achieve the desired objective. In simple words, to plan means to create a design for future. It is the end result of the planning process. In planning, we decide in present about what is to be done in future. So, what we do in plan,
like she said, what to be done in future, what will be done in future. Okay.
planning is we think in advance about the future course of action to be followed. It is a systematic process of determining
a systematic process of determining through the formulation of strategies the right set of resources and steps required for the attainment of organization's objectives. This is the meaning of planning. Okay.
Planning through the formulation of strategies, the right set of resources and steps required for the attainment of organization's objective. To perform the process of planning, it requires the managers to be aware of the environmental conditions in which the organization operates, as well as the planning function is performed after analyzing the past results and present situation of the firm.
Yes. Yes, planning is conducted after analyzing the past condition, like she said, that's true. And the present situation, that's true also. Because we say always, plan is a decision, like any decision, is taken in the present. Regarding the future, because you always plan for the future, you say, I will. So you plan for the future based on information from the past. So when you plan, you need information from the past. You cannot plan without information background. You cannot plan without having information or background information about the past to plan for the future. So it is a decision taken in the present regarding the future, but depends on information which I gathered from the past. Okay.
In a nutshell, the objectives are defined and a course of action is determined to achieve those objectives. Features of planning. After learning the definition and meaning, we can derive certain common features of planning. Planning is goal-oriented. Planning would be meaning.
Goal-oriented means there must be a goal for planning. There must be a goal for planning. Okay.
Less if there are no goals to achieve at the end. Hence, planning is a goal-oriented process which involves defining the objectives of the organization for achieving them timely and effectively. A sound planning process can help in prioritizing the objectives and achieving them easily. Planning is the primary function of management. Planning.
And that's what I said just now, that the planning is the basic function of management, because everything depends on the planning. Organizing depends on planning. Leading depends on planning. All the other activities depend on planning.
Acts as a base for the entire function of management. It lays the foundation of the process of management. As to perform any activity, first of all, planning is undertaken. All the functions of management are interconnected in nature and they are of same relevance for the firm.
But yes, planning, organizing, leading, and controlling, all of them interconnected. They are coherent together. They are related to each other. Planning is related and correlated to organizing. Organizing is correlated or binded to leading. Leading is binded to control. Planning is binded into leading. Planning is binded into control. So they are coherence all together, and they have interrelated relationship, dependent and interrelated relationship between planning, organizing, leading, and controlling. Okay.
But the other functions of the management can be performed only after the proper planning is done. Next, planning is pervasive in nature. This means that all the levels of management and departments of organization require planning. So it is not limited to just one level or department.
So planning is practiced. We practice planning in all the managerial levels. What are the managerial levels? We have the top management, we have the middle management, we have the lower level management. So planning is practiced in all these three levels of management. Okay.
Of the concern. The top level management creates plan for the entire organization. Such plans are long term. On the other hand, middle level management makes plan for their department, and such plans are for a year, half year, or quarter. Lastly, the lower level management makes plan for the section of the organization. Such plans are for very short period, that is for the next day, week, or month. So planning covers the entire organization, but the character and breadth of the planning differs according to the authority and nature of policies and plans. Next, planning is a mental exercise.
Yes, the conceptual skills, planning is a conceptual skill, depends on the conception, depend on your brain. You plan with your brain. You plan with your brain. You plan set objectives based on the past information. All this you are thinking, all this you are thinking, all this process you are thinking through to correlate the past with the future in present time. That means too much effort, mental effort. Yeah. Okay.
Planning is more about thinking than doing. It requires rational and methodical thinking, intelligent imagination, foresight, deep analysis, and ability to judge and decide. Further, it also requires the ability to take a peep into the future to anticipate the future events with precision. Next, planning is a continuous process. Plans are developed for a certain period, say a month, a year, and once that period is about to end, a fresh plan is developed for the new term, keeping in mind the environment.
Yes, planning is a continuous process, never ends, because you plan like you. In the morning, you wake up, today I will eat this, I will do this work. Never stop. Second day, you will have renew another plans, a set of plans. You will set for yourself another bunch of plans, and so on. So planning is a continuous process.
Environmental conditions, past results, present situations, and the
So that is what, for the moment, maybe that's what I need here. I just want to see the process of planning in this video is very nice because the way she's talking is very, very nice.
the plan.
So we first establish the objectives, like you see here. Then we develop the premises or the alternatives, then identify them, then evaluate each alternate which we have, then select one of them only. We will select one alternate, then implement the plan, then follow up. Those are the steps. Let me give you an example. Okay, I have a meeting now at the college after 2 hours, and there is a meeting with the dean or the head of the college after 2 hours. So I want not to be late, and I want to reach, I will reach in time. I'm planning to reach in time. So I will see what are the alternative courses of action, how I will go to the college. I can go to the college by taxi, so I will see the alternatives. I can go by bus, I can go by train, subway, I can go walking, I can go on a bike, I can go by motorbike, I can take a free ride. Then evaluate each alternate course of action. Here, I will do a cost-benefit analysis. What do you mean by cost-benefit analysis? We mean we will check out every alternate, the positive points and the negative points for each alternate. We'll see, as example, the taxi will take too much time, but I will reach in time. I will go to the college in time without late. The TTC or the general public transport, the public transportation will be cheap, but it will take a long time and I might be late. So you see every alternate based on the cost benefit analysis or pros and cons or advantages of each alternative and the disadvantages of each alternative. You check out and see for each alternate what are the advantage and disadvantage of each of them. Then you will select only one alternate simply because I cannot cut myself to pieces. One piece in the bike, go in the bike, and another piece go in the bus. No, you have to choose only one alternate from them that you will use to go to the college, that I will use to go to the college. So I will choose the taxi. Till the moment everything till here, till this step, till selecting an alternate, I'm still thinking. I didn't move into action, only just thinking. Then now when I implement the plan, means that I put it in the, from just thinking to move into action. Now I will dress and go and call a taxi, and the taxi cab will come to me, or the taxi will come. So I move into action. Then this taxi will take me to my final destination, the chosen plan or the chosen alternate. Then at the end, when I go there, I would check my watch, see my watch and see, am I in time or no? That's what we call follow-up or feedback. Am I in time or no? If am I in time, I'm in time, that means that this was the best alternate. Remember, my dear students, that whatever was a best alternate in a situation does not mean that it always be the best alternate in all the situations. If the time was very early and I know that there is a meeting in the college, I would have gone by a bicycle or walking. And walking would be a sport. Bicycle would be a sport. So there is also having benefits. So that's what I want to tell you. Not in all the circumstances, not in all the best, the plan, the chosen plan is not the same in all the circumstances. The chosen alternate or the chosen plan does not always be the same in all the circumstances. It depends on your contingency. It depends on the situation where you are. Are you in rush? Then take a taxi. Are you not in rush and you have still a long time to go to your appointment? Then in that case, you can go walking. So the best plan or the best alternate depends on the environment around you and depends on the circumstances regarding the decision making. That was about this video, and I see it very nice video because it's very ordered. For that reason, I put it, and I recommend this video for you guys. If you want to watch it, that's very nice. So we'll go back now to our own slides, our own PowerPoints, and that's what about planning. Then I will put a question actually here regarding the planning. I will put a question about new slides. Sorry about that. New slide here. I will say define planning and let's say what are the elements or what are the planning process? What is the planning process? What is the planning process? PROCESS, because we had in one lecture, other lecture, we said what the meaning of planning. What is the planning process? Okay, so this question I will keep here for around 5 minutes to 10 minutes. You can Google search. You can search Google also for extra information. You can go to this video or any other videos that will give you information about the planning process. No limits for your answer. Send me your answers on Google Chat. Here is the Google Chat. So the chat box, you can send me on the chat box your answer right now, please, about the planning process. We'll be here like around 5 minutes for this question, then we will move on to another part. So we are back from the questions we had here. We are back to our work. Okay, so now this was about the planning process. We'll move into scheduling, and we know what is the meaning of project scheduling. It includes giving a form of the planned activity by assigning proper duration and resources. So once the plan is done, there must be assigning for the resources, how much I need, what are the raw materials which I will need. If I'm doing, as example, a building construction project, then how many units, how many floors I will do, 5 stories or 5 floors. What are the materials needed for the 5 floors? Okay, how about the duration? What is the start time and what is the end time of the project? How will I divide working the project inside, like each 1 month, what I will do in months, the first month, second month, third month, fourth month, and so on, what I will do. Okay, what are the daily activities? How they will be on the first day, what will be there, the day 126, the day 135. So every day I will divide the plan into durations and the resources. As example, every day, this day I will need resources like $125,000, and I will need to complete the stage around 8 days, and so on. So we have a proper duration and resources. After intense discussion with the team members involved, the layout of scheduling is designed. We design, of course, computers now do this sometimes, which involves important project elements like number of steps in which the project would be completed, how long it takes, and what are the steps needed for the project to be completed. This is another point. So those we call it scheduling. This we call it scheduling. So this is the meaning of scheduling. We'll go now for a new slide, and here I will actually put, so define scheduling. Define scheduling. Sorry, define scheduling. So we'll keep here like around also 5 minutes for this question, define scheduling, and we will also video about scheduling or project scheduling. We'll check for a video about project scheduling. Just a simple video about project scheduling process, how it works like. Let's see this one. And I believe also I have here a very nice video about the project scheduling. Let us go to this video. That's very nice one. The one here. Yeah, here we go. This one is very nice and very organized and the board like a teacher. So we can get benefits. We can
Today we're talking about what is project scheduling. This specific whiteboard session is for someone who is just new to project scheduling or new to project management. There is so much to talk about with project scheduling, and it's so important to deliver your project on time. But I want to talk about an overview of the main components just to get you started. So project scheduling is a process. It's an act of creating your project schedule. So there are three main steps that you want to take when you're creating your schedule. The first one is determine all the work.
The first step is to determine what work to be performed. The second, determine who needs to perform the work. So you will see, as example, we need carpentering. So the carpenters will work in this area. We need plumbing. They will be working. So this is a plumber work. This is a carpenter work. This is a construction, bricks layer work. So, okay, determine how long it will take to perform the work. So how long the plumbing will finish their own work, how long the carpenters will finish their work, how much. So that's what we said. This is called schedule. Okay, let us see.
That there is to be performed to build and deliver the product for your project. That can include so many different areas. So you want to take the high-level view and keep breaking it down in work packages. The second one is determine who needs to perform that work. What resources do you need? Are they employees? Are they outside contractors? Are they vendor partners? Sometimes there are union labor, and you have to consider, are they available? You want to make sure there's not a strike period if it's union labor. You want to consider things like availability in holidays or vacations, but you want to also consider, are there specific requirements or specific subject matter experts that you need? And then when are you going to bring them in? Are you going to bring them in for the entire project or just a specific time during the project? You also want to look at how long will it take to perform the work. So the way you get that information is you take the work.
So like this now, what, who, and how. What work is to be done, who needs to perform the work, and how long it takes till you finish it. And this is the project scheduling in this video is very organized, and I like the way she's working on the board, and I recommend this video for you guys to watch it again if you want. Okay, so this is very nice, and also like including a lot of good ideas, the main ideas of project scheduling. We are just navigating about the project scheduling and just watching out what does it mean to do a project scheduling. Okay. I will go just also for this video. I might find another points which will be important for you, my dears. We'll see together how project scheduling works in about 5 minutes. And I actually recommend some of those videos are very important because it tells us, okay, let us see what he will say about project. This is not about project. Okay. We'll go back to my slides now, and we'll work on the defined scheduling. What the scheduling, like I said, you have to define all the works you need, the stages, how long the duration of them, and who will do them. Simply, the scheduling is what are the works you need to finish, who will do them, and when they finish each stage of them. This is the real scheduling. So I'll stop here and take your answers regarding this question, and we will be back within 5 minutes. You can also Google Classroom. You can do Google Classroom, do Google search, and write your answers for me here on the chat box. Let me remind you again, this is the chat box. Thank you. So here we go back. We are back to the rest of the lecture. Now we will move on to the project controlling, and we will know what do we mean by the word project control. We said control means that you will put the standards, measure the actual performance, check the gap between the real performance and the standards which you planned. Okay, I plan to produce 10 cell phones from this. I plan to produce, this is the standard, 10 cell phones production. Produce 10 cell phones. I only produced 8. This is the actual performance. I measured my performance. I found that I only produced 8 out of 10. The purpose of the control is to find out deviations or mistakes. And the reason for finding the mistakes, not to catch the mistakes, but to correct these mistakes. The reason to find the mistakes is to correct them, not to catch these mistakes. So project controlling, each project has a start date and an end date for any project. The project controlling is done to avoid deviation between these two dates. So exactly, once I said this project will start today and will end by day 30 in the month, by day 30, so this is the standard. I do the control to measure the deviations, if it is done within the months or no. But also, I do my best so that it will not exceed the 1 month from the start date to the end date. It will be done. The project will be done within this 30 days. So this is the core of project controlling, to make sure that everything goes according to the standards, to make sure that all the activities are done based on the standards, without any deviation, without any troubles, and so on. It includes replanning, rescheduling, controlling flow of resources, etc. So this also, of course, because control include any kind of correction for the problems. If the plan was wrong and the control discovered that there are mistakes in the plan, then we will replan back, so that everything will be in its own place. Yes, if you plan, as example, to produce 100 units, but your machines are very poor and you hardly can produce 80, then we will change the plan to produce only 80 units in that case. Project closing. So what do we mean by the project closing? And this is the final stage of the stages of project. Project closing means the end of the project. This is the last phase of the project management cycle. It is a phase in which the project is successfully delivered to the client. I'm done with the building. I finished building. I finished the bids. I bid like I went for I took a bid to build the hospital. So I'm done with it. I'm done on time, and declare complete by the company. So it is okay now, and I'm done with my project. This we call it the closing project. At this phase, most of time conflicts occur between the one who delivers and the one who accepts. At this phase, most of the time conflicts occur between the one who delivers and the one who accepts. So it's always a matter of a conflict between the one who delivers and the one who accepts the project. The project closing is very important in that it has a start date and end date, so that we have to deliver the project in the date had been determined before. This is the 4 phases of project management cycle. Again, I will say now a general question, and it will be here. for you guys. Sorry about that. What did you come? What did you come to learn today? To learn from today's lecture. From today's lecture. What did you come to learn from today's lecture? This is the question which I will end with, and I will keep you like around about 5 minutes to 7 minutes to answer this question. If you need more time, let me know. It's basically regarding those slides and PowerPoints. You can look for the slides I put for you on the contents in your D2L. And you can also just think what we came to talk today about. We came to talk about the 4 phases of the project life cycle, for starting from the planning and ending with the close or the closure. The close of the project closing was the last phase. Okay, shall stay here around 5 minutes to get the answer from you, my dears. Thank you.